came back into the market in a very big way.
What we know now is Wall Street can bring down Main Street.
People are seeing this, and those memories of fear are coming back.
When you have a 401k or a 403b, those kinds of accounts, they are incredibly susceptible to downturns.
The Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped more than 900 points. More than 900 points.
There are questions about how to best save for retirement.
Part of the problem is confusion.
Time keeps on slipping into the future.
The first rule in investment is don't lose. And the second rule in investment is don't forget the first rule. And that's all the rules there are.
When the market goes up, you go up. When the market goes down, you don't go down. Save Money Radio, your money safe and sound.
Welcome to Safe Money Radio with your host, Brad Pistole. Brad is a retirement and income specialist, primarily serving Springfield, but he's sought after nationally for his expertise in helping people secure their retirements. Mr. Pistole is a licensed life insurance professional in the states of Missouri, Arkansas, and Kansas, and he specializes in working with people who are near retirement and those who have already retired with wealth management, income planning, and asset protection strategies.
Save Money Radio, your money safe and sound.
And now, here to talk with you about securing your retirement, your host, Brad Pistole.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. You see, this is the last show of 2023. Now, by the time you hear it on the radio or listen to it on the podcast, it might be much later than that, but this is the last show that I've done for 2023. And I just want to thank you for being part of the success of Safe Money Radio over the past 14 years. It's hard to believe we're about to step into the 15th year of Safe Money Radio. We are the longest running financial planning show in the Ozarks, and we truly enjoy bringing you critical retirement planning information every single week. We focus on teaching our clients how to avoid the triple whammy. The triple whammy is what happens when you start taking distributions from an account while paying fees on that account, while experiencing losses in that account because of market fluctuation. We will show you how to protect your money, and we will show you how to secure guaranteed lifetime income that you will never outlive. You know, it's always a good time at the end of a year or the beginning of a new year to look back at recent history and do an evaluation of what's going on in the world around you. Now, as we look back into the rearview mirror not too far, we're reminded of 2022. It was the 7th worst year in the history of the S&P 500. The average brokerage account lost 19.4%, and bonds fared even worse. In 2022, stocks and bonds lost significant amounts of money. Many bond funds were down more than 30%, while the stock market was down, like I said earlier, close to 20%. This provides the equation for a perfect storm, and that storm can end in disaster if you're retired and you're taking income from those accounts. If you take distributions from your account while losing 20 to 30% from that account, while paying an advisor a fee of 1 to 2% to manage your account, you have 3 different negative events all taking place at the same time working against you. And I haven't even mentioned the biggest threat there is to you in retirement. It's taxes. That's why I spend so much time talking about America's IRA expert Ed Slott and what he has to say on this show. Now, let me tell you about the triple whammy that I've mentioned, but also the quadruple whammy. The quadruple whammy is what happens when you take distributions from your account while experiencing losses in that account, while paying your advisor a fee to manage the account, while paying taxes on the distributions because the distribution came from a tax-deferred account like an IRA or 401k. Friends, this combination of events will absolutely wipe you out in retirement. The majority of 2023 remained very, very volatile. The markets went up and down, but finally, the last quarter of 2023 kind of made us forget about the terrible losses in 2022 and in early 2023. But there was a lot of volatility. In fact, the bull run in December of 2023 was one of the strongest market recoveries that's ever taken place in the history of the market. And since the market is back up right now near all-time highs, you might be feeling pretty good about your brokerage accounts. And hopefully, with that being the case, you don't suffer from something I call short-term memory loss when it comes to retirement planning. If you suffer from short-term memory loss, then you'll forget that the market was more than 20% down at the beginning of 2020, and it lost more than 20% for the entire year of 2022. So even though 2023 ended on a high note as the markets reached near all-time high, if you weren't protected from losses, taxes, and fees in the previous years, many of you are probably just now getting back to even with all the gains you've made in your account. Now, you see, this is why Safe Money Radio is so important and what we do is so important. Our clients never have to worry about any of this fluctuation. During 2020, when the market dipped down more than 30% for a period of time, and during 2022, when the market was down 20% for the year, our clients didn't lose one single penny from their retirement accounts. So they didn't have to recoup any losses because they didn't lose any money. We can show you exactly how to do this. Just give us a call anytime at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. We will show you how to protect the money that you work so hard to save. And I'll give you a copy of my #1 best-selling book, Bulletproof, The Safe and Secure Retirement Income Plan. I'll also give you a copy of my Safe Money Kit. The Safe Money Kit explains exactly what we do to protect our clients from market risk and from unnecessary taxes and fees. And I'll even show you how you can get up to a 15% bonus on the first day you open your new account. Now, this 15% bonus is a true cash value bonus that will be added to your total balance on the first day you open your account. Let me ask you this. Would a 15% increase in the value of your retirement accounts make a significant impact regarding your financial future in your life? We use accounts that are 100% principal protected, and we can show you how to structure these accounts in a tax-free way so that all future distributions are 100% free from federal and state taxes. Give us a call anytime at 866-780-7233 and ask for a free financial consultation and ask for our free information. We will give it to you absolutely free. There's always someone standing by at 866-780-7233 ready to take your call. Well, I must take a short break. This is Brad Pistole, and you're listening to Safe Money Radio. Let's pause for some exciting announcements.
Are you concerned about long-term care? You're also probably concerned about paying the high cost of long-term care coverage and increasing rates. Some long-term care rates have increased by as much as 40%. Thanks to recent changes made by Congress, you may be able to use non-qualified tax-deferred retirement money to pay for your long-term care tax-free. Some hybrid long-term care annuities or life insurance solutions can even double or triple your funds available for care. If you have non-critical health issues, you should still call us. Some insurance products have simplified underwriting, and a simple telephone interview will determine your qualification. Call us now if you want information on this opportunity to use tax-free money to pay for your long-term care. Our phone number is 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. Now back to more Safe Money Radio with your host, Brad Pistole.
Welcome back to Safe Money Radio. I'm Brad Pistole, a certified financial fiduciary and a safe money retirement specialist. As we take a look back at 2023 and we look at expectations for 2024, it is truly an exciting time. There's an old saying regarding risk-based retirement accounts. Here's the saying: buy low, sell high. Now, my father was a financial advisor for more than 52 years, and I cannot tell you how many times I heard him say this: buy low, sell high. And even though everyone has heard this saying many, many times, truth be told, your brokers and your advisors really don't mean it when they say it, and I'll tell you why. No advisor ever wants you to sell anything inside your brokerage account because they want the constant management fee that's associated with that account, and it's based on the balance of the account. What they really mean is buy and then keep it forever. But let's take a quick look at the benefits that can come from buying low and selling high, because that's what we all want to do, isn't it? That's what we want to do if we buy land, and I've done a lot of it. It's what we want to do if we buy a home or real estate, and it's what we want to do with our retirement accounts. If we buy something that's risk-oriented, meaning it fluctuates up and down in value, and we see that it has a really nice increase in value, one of the only ways to capitalize on that return is to sell it or cash it in. If you don't ever cash it in or sell it, you haven't recognized the gain. Now, I've bought and sold several different farms over the years, and I've sold every single farm at a time when it's had a significant gain. Now, I know what you're all thinking. What about the taxes? Well, you can even postpone the taxes on a transaction like that by doing something called a 1031 exchange. And if it's a 401k, IRA, or tax-deferred account, you can do a rollover without triggering any taxes. Now, this is what's known as a rollover, or in some circumstances, a direct trustee-to-trustee transfer. This allows you to capitalize on all the gains you've made inside that account without triggering any taxes when you sell it. Now, as you know, market-driven accounts go up and they go down, just like a roller coaster and just like elevators. It will never go up, 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 or down, 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 down. It's always up, down, up, down, up, down. So the key to success in retirement income planning is being able to capitalize when you have gains. Friends, this is exactly why my son and I became retirement income certified professionals through the American College of Financial Services. Our team has been trained to focus on both sides of the coin. Now, my son focuses on the risk-based side of retirement planning, and he helps people who are in a stage of life where growth is one of the main focuses. People in the growth phase of life understand that risk is involved when you're aiming for higher returns. And many times, if someone has secured their retirement income, they're still okay with risk in part of their portfolio. I help people who are nearing retirement or who are in retirement. Their primary purpose is to protect what they've spent their entire lives saving so that they can take lifetime income from those accounts. And they don't want to ever have to worry about running out of money in retirement. That's why we use insured accounts that are contractually structured to protect and keep the client's money safe, and they provide a lifetime pension that the client can never outlive. We also handle all of the Medicare and Social Security planning for our clients because Medicare and Social Security income planning are absolutely vital parts of retirement income planning. That's the beauty to working with financial professionals who are retirement income certified professionals. This highly sought after financial designation program focuses on 18 different key areas of financial planning. Areas of expertise include things like this: evaluating a client's current financial situation, helping the client identify and prioritize their retirement goals, estimating the client's retirement income needs, identifying sources of income and the assets that are available to generate the level of retirement income the client needs, making a preliminary calculation to see if the client is prepared for retirement, considering legal and tax issues that can derail the proposed retirement income plan, developing backup plans for addressing any income shortfalls that occur during retirement, determining the best plan for converting assets into guaranteed lifetime income streams, and then integrating all considerations involved into developing the best plan for each client before setting that plan in motion. During this process with our clients, we gather data, analyze the data, communicate the plan, implement the plan, and then continually monitor the plan throughout the client's retirement years. Has your current advisor or financial professional ever walked through these steps with you? Do they have any specific financial designations? Are they a retirement income certified professional? Let me ask you this. How far are they from their own retirement? Are you working with someone who's already on Medicare themselves and staring right into the face of retirement? Will they be there for you 5, 10, or 15 years from now when you need them the most? Friends, these are very, very important questions that you need to be asking yourself. The success of your retirement income depends on it. Working with experts who understand the sequence of returns risk is critical. This type of expert knows how to limit your exposure to risk at just the right time, and they will build a retirement income plan that combines the appropriate amount of risk and contractual guarantees that will protect your principal and your lifetime income. During 2022, when the market was down 20%, our clients didn't lose one single penny from their retirement accounts. They didn't have to recoup any losses because they didn't lose any money. We can show you exactly how to do this. Just give us a call at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. And we will show you how to protect the money you've worked so hard to save. I'll give you a copy of my #1 best-selling book, Bulletproof, The Safe and Secure Retirement Income Plan, and I'll give you a copy of my Safe Money Kit. The Safe Money Kit explains exactly what we do to protect our clients from market risk and from unnecessary taxes and fees, and we'll even show you how you can get up to a 15% bonus on the first day you open your new account. This 15% bonus is a true cash value bonus that will be added to your total balance on the first day you open your account. Would a 15% increase in the value of your retirement accounts make a significant impact regarding your financial future? Especially if that bonus money and your principal would be protected for the rest of your life. We use accounts that are 100% principal protected, and we can show you how to structure these accounts in a tax-free way so that all future distributions are 100% free from federal and state taxes. Give us a call at any time, 866-780-7233. There's always someone standing by to take your call. This is Brad Pistole, your host of Safe Money Radio. I'll be right back after this informative message.
If you were born between 1946 and 1964, you are part of an unprecedented generation of 76 million Americans known as the baby boomers. Have you taken steps to secure your retirement future with options to limit the loss of your principal retirement funds from market risk while utilizing key tax advantages? Why not ease the burden of transfer of funds to your heirs and insulate your money from the shocks of an increasingly volatile world economy? Give yourself and your family peace of mind and certainty that your retirement funds may have the opportunity to accumulate without the risk of market loss. So call us now at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. It's time to start being safe. Now back to more Safe Money Radio with your host, Brad Pistole.
Thank you for tuning in to Safe Money Radio. I am Brad Pistole, a market risk mitigation specialist helping clients with retirement money preservation and income planning. Now, friends, on today's show, we've been talking about the current status of the market, which in the last few days of 2023 were near all-time highs. And this is actually saying a lot because, as you know, in 2020 and in 2022, and even in periods of 2023, we saw extreme volatility where the market was up and down and up and down, entering into bear market territory and down as much as 36% at one point in 2020. Anytime a market is near all-time highs, I think each person has to ask themselves where they are in their retirement savings process. If you're already retired or you're nearing retirement, you've reached a critical planning stage where risk should not be involved in your portfolio the way it used to be. Retirement planning experts call this the sequence of returns risk. The sequence of returns risk can devastate your retirement plan, and that's why the experts who have their PhDs in economics, like Dr. Wade Pfau, who's been a guest on this show many times, says you simply must protect your principal in the 5 years before you retire and in the first 5 years immediately after you retire. Now, you see, during that window, it is critically important to not ever lose money from your retirement accounts. Now, if you've never heard of this, there are all kinds of things that you can read to help you learn more about it. And we'd be more than happy to give you information on articles that I've written or on interviews that I've done with people who have their PhDs in economics, who talk about the power and the importance of protecting your money during the 5 years before you retire and the 5 years after you retire. You see, once you retire and you stop earning income, you normally turn on your income stream. And that's when risk takes on a whole new meaning. You simply cannot afford to risk losing money while you're taking distributions, paying management fees on the account, and paying taxes on your distributions. If you do that early in your years of retirement, your retirement plan will fail and you'll end up back at work. And friends, you know this is true. This happens to literally millions of people, and it should never happen to you. You've got to have the right plan in place. And in 2024, the type of accounts that I've been talking about on the radio for 15 years now have never been better than they are right now. There are actually fixed buckets inside some fixed indexed annuity accounts that are paying 8% in the first year, and they're paying 6% in the second year. Now, there's the potential to make more than that amount using the indexes in those accounts, but the fixed and guaranteed rates are 8% in year one and 6% in year two in some accounts. These are fantastic accounts. There are also accounts that are called multi-year guaranteed annuities. That's known as a MYGA. A MYGA is offered by an insurance company. They are an insurance company's version of a CD, but they grow tax deferred. There are no 1099s on the growth of a MYGA at an insurance company. Now, as you probably know, the feds have just announced interest rate decreases for 2024, and we're already seeing interest rates drop at banks with CDs and at insurance companies with their MYGAs and other accounts. But at the time of this recording, which is the last week of December in 2023, Merry Christmas, there are still MYGA accounts paying more than 6% that lock in that 6% for up to 7 years. And you can do that while interest rates are dropping. Now, friends, I very seldom ever mention specific percentages or interest rates on this show because they constantly fluctuate and they change with what's going on in the market. But at the time of this recording, there are some incredible rates that are still out there. And these accounts that I'm talking about protect 100% of your principal and allow you to avoid risk completely. There are also current bonus accounts that are true cash value bonuses as high as 15%. So in other words, that's a $15,000 bonus per every $100,000 deposit. And I have clients who move millions of dollars into these accounts. So think about that for just a minute. If someone has their money sitting in a checking account at the bank making less than 1%, or if they have their money in a brokerage account and they're tired of the risk, they can reposition these assets and increase the value by 15% on the first day. Now, if your money is in a tax-deferred account, like an IRA or a 401k, you can do a rollover or a direct transfer into these accounts tax-free. There is no tax due when you do a rollover or a direct trustee-to-trustee transfer. And if you're listening right now and you're above the age of 59 and a half, you need to pay special attention. There's a 95% chance that you can do what's called an in-service withdrawal from your 401k and roll it over into an IRA inside one of these accounts. This is also known as an age 59 and a half withdrawal. So some people call it an in-service withdrawal. Some people know it as an age 59 and a half withdrawal. They're the same thing. And about 95% of all local companies will allow an employee to do an in-service withdrawal after the age of 59 and a half. Up to 100% of the value that's there. And it does not change your account. Even if you took your balance to zero, your next paycheck, you would still payroll in deferrals into the account and still get your company match. You just minimize the risk by moving it into something safe, add 15% to it, and then start making guaranteed interest. That's why so many people do this. We've helped clients move hundreds of millions of dollars from their 401ks into IRAs that are protected like this by using the in-service withdrawal, also known as the age 59 and a half withdrawal. These accounts offer really competitive rates of return, and they will allow you to participate using the indexes that are linked to the S&P 500 and the Dow with no risk of loss to your principal. You can put a portion of your money into a fixed bucket that's currently paying interest, like I talked about earlier, as high as 8% in the first year, 6% in the second year, and then you don't ever have to worry about the market going down. If the market goes down, you protect 100% of your principal. If the market goes up, you get to participate in a nice portion of the gains. And these accounts can be structured with guaranteed lifetime income options that allow you and your spouse to live off the income from that account as long as you both live. And here's the key. Your beneficiaries will receive 100% of your remaining balance when you pass away. Friends, there's a reason why I own 7 annuities. There's a reason why world-renowned economists like Tom Hegna owns 11 annuities. And speaking of Tom Hegna, I'll be flying to New York City in January of 2024 to be featured on a Fox Business special with Tom Hegna. We're going to be talking about Tom's new book, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and how you can do the things you need to do in your life to become a true tax-free millionaire. This interview will air on Fox Business in 2024, and we will share it with you right here on Safe Money Radio soon. So subscribe to the podcast and keep listening every week. And if you'd like to learn more about these accounts, give us a call. We do not charge fees to meet with our clients. We offer free financial consultations, and I'll give you a copy of my best-selling book, Bulletproof, and my Safe Money Kit absolutely free. Our number is 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. The Safe Money Kit explains exactly what we do to protect our clients from market risk and unnecessary taxes and fees, and we'll show you how to get a 15% bonus on the first day you open your new account. Call us anytime at 866-780-7233 and ask for a free financial consultation. We wish all of you the very best. Thank you so much for listening to us every single week for the past 14 years. We can't wait to start year 15 in 2024. Call us anytime, 866-780-7233. There's someone standing by right now to take your call. Since I have to take a break, now would be a great time to call me for a complimentary copy of my best-selling book, Bulletproof, The Safe and Secure Retirement Income Plan. And I'll also give you a copy of my Safe Money Kit. My number is 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. Isn't it time to stop exposing your retirement to market risk? You're listening to Safe Money Radio with Brad Pistole.
Do you own an annuity? Do you understand what it does, how it works, and if it's right for your retirement plan? Some annuities have fees that might not be justified by their benefits. Some annuities are exposed to significant market risk. Worse yet, if an annuity was sold without proper planning, it can cause unintended consequences for your retirement. If you own an annuity, it's probably a good idea to find out more about how it works and if it's right for you. It's time to give Brad Pistole a call now at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. Brad will help you review the features and benefits of annuities you currently own without any obligation. Once again, you can call Brad now at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. You're listening to Safe Money Radio with your host, Brad Pistole.
Welcome back. I'm Brad Pistole, your host of Safe Money Radio. I am a capital preservation and strategic income planning specialist working with clients right here in Springfield and Ozark, Missouri. As we get started today, let's take a walk back in time. Do you remember the movie How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days with Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey? It was a great movie. Every time I see it replaying still to this day, I usually end up watching it. Well, today's show and this podcast is going to be a little bit like that movie. A good friend of mine who works as the Director of Education with the Ed Slott IRA Group, Sarah Brenner, wrote an article about today's topic back in October of 2023. And when I read it, I thought to myself, wow, all of our listeners need to hear this. You see, Sarah is also a technical consultant for the Ed Slott Group. And that means that when I have a really difficult IRA question, I can always call Sarah and she will have the answer to the question. So Sarah, thank you for inspiring the show today. Today's show is titled, How to Lose Your Inheritance and Give Uncle Sam Money That Doesn't Belong to Him. As we begin today, I want to ask you something. Have you recently inherited an IRA from someone who is not your spouse? IRAs normally get passed from spouse to spouse and then from a parent to their children. But it can also pass on from a sibling or a friend. If you have recently inherited an IRA from someone who isn't your spouse, or if you think you might anytime soon, you need to pull up a chair, get comfortable, and get focused. You need to listen to today's show. It could save you tens of thousands of dollars in unnecessary taxes. You see, when it comes to inheriting tax-deferred money, you need to proceed with extreme caution. It's a lot like that famous song by Sting. Every move you make, every breath you take, I'll be watching you. When it comes to your IRAs and 401ks, Uncle Sam will be watching your every move. He'll watch every move you make and every dollar you take. And he's hoping you and your financial advisor do not know all the special rules that he has for you regarding these accounts, and especially if you are a non-spouse beneficiary of a tax-deferred account like an IRA or a 401k. A wrong move that you make can result in a tax nightmare. So take your time and make absolutely certain that you're doing it right. And how do you know whether or not you're doing what's right? Well, trust me when I say this. America's IRA expert Ed Slott says that 99% of all financial advisors don't know the things that we're going to be talking about today. Why? Because 99% of them don't focus on tax planning and distributions from retirement accounts. They focus on how to get the money into the accounts, not how to get the money back out. Have you ever thought about this? There are financial advisors on every single street corner. Even the people who specialize in things like homeowners insurance and car insurance try to moonlight as financial advisors. Don't believe me? How many State Farm and Allstate billboards do you see that say, "Talk to me about an IRA rollover"? Wait a second. Aren't they focused on your motorcycle insurance, your boat insurance, and all other forms of property and casualty insurance? Yeah, that's right, they are. But like most large corporations, they don't want to leave any money on the table. And that's why your property and casualty insurance person wants to talk to you about your 401k and your IRA and life insurance. They want to be a jack of all trades. And you know how the saying goes, this makes them a master of none. If you don't believe me and you want to find this out the hard way, just let your property and casualty person manage your tax-deferred retirement accounts. Or better yet, let a broker who only focuses on stocks, bonds, and mutual funds manage your tax-deferred accounts. If their standard pat answer for your distribution questions regarding your IRA is, well, you need to talk to your CPA about that, then you need to take your money and run. Friends, I'm a certified financial fiduciary. I am a retirement income certified professional through the American College of Financial Services. I am a certified annuity specialist through the Institute of Business and Finance, and I've been working and training under America's IRA expert Ed Slott for close to 15 years now. And I can tell you this, retirement income planning and tax planning for tax-deferred accounts is a full-time, all hands on deck, keep your eyes focused on Uncle Sam's ever-changing rules kind of a job. It's not something you can dabble in here and there, in between dealing with car accidents, flood damage, and other property and casualty claims. Anyone who tries to do all of the above will not do a good job for you. It simply isn't possible. That's why I focus on one thing. You need to be working with an IRA specialist, and that's exactly what we do all day long, every single day. We will show you how to keep your money safe and how to take retirement income distributions in the most tax-efficient manner possible. Just call us anytime at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. Ask for a free financial consultation. And look us up on YouTube and watch our interviews with experts like Tom Hegna, Ed Slott, Dr. Wade Fowle, Dr. Michael Finka, Dr. Alex Margia, and National Social Security expert Heather Schreiber. Just go to YouTube and type in Brad Pistole. You can subscribe to our podcast, and you will learn everything you need to know about keeping your inheritance out of the greedy hands of Uncle Sam. Our number again is 866-780-7233, and there's always someone standing by to take your call. Since I have to take a break, now would be a great time to call me for a complimentary copy of my best-selling book, Bulletproof, The Safe and Secure Retirement Income Plan. And I'll also give you a copy of my Safe Money Kit. My number is 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. Isn't it time to stop exposing your retirement to market risk? You're listening to Safe Money Radio with Brad Pistole.
Did you know that your Social Security could be much higher depending on what option you choose for claiming your benefit? Social Security income is not as simple as some think. When should you take it? Should you only take your spouse's benefit while you continue to work? Deciding how to receive your Social Security benefit can make your head spin. Don't decide about your retirement without the facts. Call us now and ask for your complimentary Social Security guide at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. You're listening to Safe Money Radio with your host, Brad Pistole.
Welcome back to Safe Money Radio. I'm Brad Pistole, a certified financial fiduciary and a safe money retirement specialist. Now, if you're just joining us, I'll be perfectly honest with you. This stuff is really confusing. And that's exactly what Uncle Sam wants. He doesn't want you or your financial professional to know all the rules that we're going to be talking about today. Because you see, if you have tax-deferred accounts like IRAs and 401ks and 403bs and TSPs, and you don't know the rules governing them, a ticking time bomb is waiting to explode. And when it does explode, it will blow up your retirement account. And Uncle Sam will be right there, ready to pick up all the money that you leave to him in unnecessary taxes. Let me explain this. In the wake of the Secure Act and the Secure Act 2.0, there are now several different types of beneficiaries of tax-deferred accounts. Now buckle your seatbelt. There are non-designated beneficiaries known as NDBs. There are non-eligible designated beneficiaries known as NEDBs. And there are eligible designated beneficiaries known as EDBs. Did you get all that? Well, just wait. It gets worse. Much worse. After the passing of the Secure Act 2.0, most non-spouse beneficiaries can no longer take advantage of the Stretch IRA because they are now considered non-designated beneficiaries, known as NDBs. Only eligible designated beneficiaries, known as EDBs, have this option. Now, to make this even more confusing, there are non-spouse EDBs, but this only includes disabled and chronically ill individuals, as well as minor children of the IRA owner and beneficiaries who are not more than 10 years younger than the IRA owner. Non-spouse beneficiaries who are not eligible designated beneficiaries are not forced to take a lump sum distribution. Instead, most non-spouse beneficiaries will be able to spread distributions from an inherited IRA over a 10-year payout period. Annual required minimum distributions, known as RMDs, may be required during the 10-year payout period if the original owner died on or after their required beginning date, which is known as the RBD. Now listen closely. I'll say this slowly. The IRS has waived these payments within the 10-year period for 2021, 2022, and 2023 because there is so much confusion over these rules. Now, did what I just said make your head spin? Don't worry. It confuses 99% of all people who call themselves financial professionals. They simply don't know these rules and these terms. They focus on how to get your money into the accounts that pay them their salaries and their commissions. They don't focus on how to get the money back out of these accounts when the time comes for you to retire and use your own money. They don't want you taking money out of the accounts. That affects their pay. When you inherit an IRA as a non-spouse, you should proceed with extra caution. Ed Slott says, when someone dies, I always say, touch nothing. Friends, this is great advice. And what do you think beneficiaries want to do immediately? They want to touch the money, especially the kids and the grandkids. Before you touch anything, you need to talk to a qualified retirement expert, someone who specializes in knowing all of the rules that come with tax-deferred accounts. And if you think your local stock, bond, mutual fund investor is a distribution expert who knows all these rules, you better think again. If you think your local car insurance and homeowners insurance person who wants you to let him roll over your IRA knows all these rules, don't be fooled. They don't know them 99% of the time. And Uncle Sam laughs all the way to the bank. That's why Ed Slott says, many of you don't realize it, but Uncle Sam will be the primary beneficiary of all of your tax-deferred accounts, and you don't even know it. Why is that? It's because of mistakes that get made while taking distributions from your accounts after you pass them on to your beneficiaries. Friends, I'm a certified financial fiduciary. I'm a retirement income certified professional through the American College of Financial Services. I'm a certified annuity specialist through the Institute of Business and Finance, and I've been working and training under America's IRA expert Ed Slott for almost 15 years now. And I can tell you this, retirement income planning and tax planning for tax-deferred accounts is a full-time, all-hands-on-deck, keep your eyes focused on Uncle Sam's ever-changing rules kind of job. It's not something you can dabble in here and there. You don't moonlight doing this. Someone who deals with car accidents and flood damage and property and casualty claims cannot be an expert in regard to the things we're talking about. Anyone who tries to do all of the above will be a jack of all trades and a master of none. Trust me on this, it isn't possible. You need to be working with an IRA specialist, and that's exactly what we do all day long, every single day. We will show you how to keep your money safe and how to take retirement income distributions in the most tax-efficient manner possible. Call us anytime at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. And just look us up on YouTube. Look up Brad Pistole. Watch our interviews with experts like Tom Hegna, Ed Slott, Dr. Wade Pfau, Dr. Michael Finke, Dr. Alex Margia, and National Social Security expert Heather Schreiber. Just go to YouTube and look up Brad Pistole Safe Money Radio. You can subscribe to our podcast, and you will learn everything you need to know about keeping your inheritance out of the greedy hands of Uncle Sam. Our number again is 866-780-7233, and you can schedule a free financial consultation at any time. This is Brad Pistole, your host of Safe Money Radio. I'll be right back after this informative message.
Are you age 59 and a half or older and still working? Did you know that you may be able to move some or all of your retirement money to an individual retirement account without any taxes? Why keep your money in your employer's plan with management fees, exposure to significant market risk, and limited options for guaranteed lifetime income that you can't outlive? What will happen to your plan at work if the market crashes? Call Brad Pistole now for retirement planning that will protect what you've worked so hard for and create a retirement that is safe and secure. Call 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. You're listening to Safe Money Radio with your host, Brad Pistole.
Thank you for tuning in to Safe Money Radio. I am Brad Pistole, a market risk mitigation specialist helping clients with retirement money preservation and income planning. Friends, today we've been talking about a very sensitive topic that honestly and sadly happens every single day in this country. We're talking about how to lose your inheritance and give Uncle Sam money that doesn't belong to him. How do you do this? Well, you do this by not knowing the rules that come with tax-deferred accounts. Accounts like IRAs, 401ks, and TSPs. And you do it by working with a financial professional who isn't an expert in this area. Friends, don't make this mistake. Remember, if your trusted advisor doesn't know these rules and you take certain types of distributions from tax-deferred accounts, there is no way to undo this mistake. If someone in your family dies and you become the beneficiary of a tax-deferred account, the first thing you should do is this: absolutely nothing. Truly, you shouldn't touch anything until you talk to a retirement income certified professional who knows all of the ins and the outs and the distribution rules for someone who inherits a tax-deferred account. Be aware of all your options and give serious thought to what you want to do before you do anything. A non-spouse beneficiary who takes a distribution without understanding the tax consequences has no remedy. A non-spouse beneficiary, unlike a spousal beneficiary, does not have the option of rolling over an unwanted distribution. So in other words, if you take a distribution from a tax-deferred account as a non-spouse beneficiary, there is no way to undo it. It will be fully taxable. Now this is very important. A non-spouse beneficiary does have the ability to move an inherited IRA to a new custodian, but the move must be made by a direct trustee-to-trustee transfer. And when you work with a qualified financial expert, they will know exactly how to do this. Let's talk about an example today because this will help you understand it. Let's say that Bob died in 2023 at the age of 65 with a $500,000 IRA. Bob had named his two daughters as beneficiaries of his IRA. After Bob's death, his first daughter, Mary, consulted with a financial advisor who is an expert with tax-deferred accounts, and he helped her set up an inherited IRA. She decided not to take an immediate distribution from her $250,000 inheritance. They did a direct trustee-to-trustee transfer from her father's IRA into an inherited IRA, and this is not a taxable event. Now, Mary must empty this inherited IRA account by December 31st of 2033. This is called the 10-year rule under the Secure Act 2.0. Mary's financial expert set up a strategy for taking distributions from the inherited IRA over the next 10 years and showed her how to maximize her distributions while paying the least amount of taxes that are possible. This is exactly what Bob would have wanted for his daughter. However, Bob's other daughter, Jenny, decided to do what a lot of children do. She had so many plans for this money, and she did not consult with a financial expert before touching the money. Instead, she decided to take a lump sum from the account to help pay off some bills, get a new car, and put a down payment on the house that she was in the process of buying. This distribution was 100% taxable and was added to Jenny and her husband's total taxable income for 2023. And when she did this, it moved them from the 12% tax bracket into the 32% tax bracket for 2023. Friends, listen closely. There is no way for Jenny to undo this distribution. It cannot be rolled over. She cannot change her mind. Jenny's decision created a huge tax bill and made Uncle Sam the primary beneficiary of her father's IRA. This made Uncle Sam very happy. Friends, this story happens every single day in this country. It's sad, but it's true. Beneficiaries pay millions and millions of dollars in unnecessary taxes every single year. And this drastically reduces the inheritance that so many people work so hard to pass on to their loved ones. Don't let this happen to you. It doesn't have to happen. If you own tax-deferred accounts, take the first step towards securing your financial future today. Talk to a qualified financial expert and let them know what you want to have happen with your accounts when you die. If you are a beneficiary of a tax-deferred account and you expect someone in your family to pass in the near future, get ahead of the game. Talk to a financial professional. If someone in your family dies, the first thing you should always do is nothing. You shouldn't touch anything until you talk to a retirement income certified professional who knows all of the distribution rules for someone who inherits a tax-deferred account. You need to be working with an IRA expert, and that is exactly what we do here all day long, every single day. We will show you how to keep your money safe and how to take retirement income distributions in the most tax-efficient manner possible. Call us anytime at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. And just look us up on YouTube and watch our interviews with experts like Tom Hegna, Ed Slott, Dr. Wade Fowle, Dr. Michael Finka, Dr. Alex Margia, and National Social Security expert Heather Schreiber. Just go to YouTube and type in Brad Pistole. You can subscribe to our podcast and you will learn everything you need to know about keeping your inheritance out of the greedy hands of Uncle Sam. When you give us a call, ask for a free copy of my best-selling book, Bulletproof, The Safe and Secure Retirement Income Plan, and ask for a free financial consultation. We will never charge you fees to meet with you. Our number again is 866-780-7233, and there's always someone standing by to take your call. Well, I'm about out of time, and I would like to thank you for listening to Safe Money Radio. If you're serious about your financial future, give me a call, and together we'll get your retirement savings on the fast track to accumulation while reducing exposure to market losses. Thanks for listening, and until next time at the same time, I'm Brad Pistole, reminding you to stay safe so you can step into a secure future.
Safe Money Radio, your money safe and sound.
You've been listening to Safe Money Radio with your host, Brad Pistole. Find out how to contractually guarantee that your hard-earned money is safe while avoiding market loss so you can have the retirement that you deserve. Call Brad Pistole now for your complimentary Safe Money book and Safe Money information kit at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233.
Safe Money Radio, your money safe and sound.
The preceding information does not represent tax, legal, or investment advice. Surrender charges apply to base contracts. Optional lifetime income benefit riders are used to calculate lifetime payments only and are not available for cash surrender or in a death benefit unless specified in the annuity contract. Fees may apply. Guarantees are based on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the insurance company. No information presented today should be acted upon without meeting with a qualified and licensed professional. Obviously, by calling us now, you are just taking the first step towards protecting your retirement. It's important that you read all insurance contract disclosures carefully before making a purchase decision. Rates and returns mentioned on this program are subject to change without notice.